money he was getting, he was using it to like take me out. Oh, hey, babe,
he
here's
cried.
$100 for whatever, for gas or something. Like, so I felt really bad leaving him, but I don't
But
like
I
to
feel
feel
like
like
even
the
a guy like
provider.
that's fake a provider. You get it? Like a nigga that work in Wendy's could be a provider. It don't mean that he's the best provider you're gonna find, but he can still be that when he gets stuff he's giving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a trait that's important because I feel like and it doesn't matter what level, there are men out here who will get and be selfish. You know, they just want to take and not give, or they're just looking for like how it benefits them and not you, and that's kind of whack.
So
But
what's
here's
the
the
trick?
trick.
What's the trick?
Yes. Because yo, niggas will jail talk you like, oh yeah, you know.
So, like, I fear men today don't want to be the providers. They don't want to do this. That's the whole problem. Because it's like, I feel like a man should be doing this. And when you bring that up to men, they get very upset. And they're like, you're after my money. And it's like, I'm really not. I have multiple jobs. But, like, I do feel as a man, you should be bringing that to the table. So the problem is men just don't want to do this today. They don't want to provide a nice life for a woman. They feel like they don't have to. So then people like me, I'm working multiple jobs and I don't have time for men. I don't have time for that because then they get like, you don't have time for me. You don't cater to my needs. Are you paying a bill? Are you helping? I didn't think so.
Like men are burdened with leadership. Like women don't get judged for failing. Let's call it what it is. Like you have a woman who will be in a career or whatever, and let's say that she lose her job and she got to go stay with her parents. She's not gonna be less marketable. I mean, less desirable on the dating market because she living with her parents. But let a man lose his job, gotta go stay with his parents, and he ain't making it. He ain't driving that Benz no more, or he ain't got that little loft that's in the sky downtown, whatever the case may be. His marketability from a dating perspective drops.
Yeah.
Men are judged by results. That's it. That's all. So when you say I'm gonna figure it out, we ain't got a goddamn choice because if we don't figure it out,
There's no safety net.
ain't no safety net.
You
brother.
a bum. You're a bum ass if you don't figure it out.
And
like
One thing I don't like is stop speaking on how, oh yeah, these provider men, they pay for everything and the women just sit back and chill. Like, women who date provider men do not get everything taken care of by a man. Like, it's different types of relationship dynamics. Most dudes that are providers are providing the rent, household bills. It takes way more to maintain a household than just the rent. Like, you still got to pay for groceries. That costs about the same amount as rent. You still got to pay for utilities, household products, childcare, kids' clothes, extracurricular activities. Like, y'all need to mind y'all business. Just because he takes care of the household and she takes care of the extra expenses does not mean that she lazy, she chill, she don't work, and he pay for everything. Like, y'all just be sitting up talking. Like, y'all don't even know what y'all be talking about. Most of these chicks that date providers have a job. They have their own money. Like, she's helping out too. She just don't take care of the home. Like, y'all really be blowing me. Like, just stop talking when y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Look at this one here. Let me respond to this now. The sister wrote this down. She's saying basically like the broke people, they're broke man, them are pissed because they ain't got money to be providers. Basically, she only hears broke people crying about stuff like this when women set standards. You know, she wrote this on a post where I was talking about some women think they don't have to bring anything to the table because they are the table. Let me respond to this one here now. The person, normally when you get a man, the average guy in today's society where things are a bit tough, he might want to go halves with you, but he wants to work he wants to be you're working together as a team, as a family. Family's supposed to be as a team. So that means when you go up in the world, you start buying houses, normally that type of person, your name would be on the house too. You're working as a team. Now, the guy that she's referring to, normally that type of person that doesn't mind paying for everything. Normally everything's in his name. Everything's in his name. He doesn't mind. He's not complaining because everything's in his name. He doesn't mind paying for everything. He doesn't mind paying the bills because normally the fucking house is, that mansion or that big ass house that you live in is his. It's his. When you break up with him, you got to get out the house. It's his house. You understand? Hence why you'll never hear a poor man the guy that the person that she's saying is crying, you'll never hear that man moaning about, I need a prenup. If I get married to you, I want a prenup. That person doesn't want a prenup because he's already understanding this is my teammate and she's going to take half of what's hers anyway because we're a team. But the other guy, the rich guy that she wants to be with, he wants a prenup. You'll never hear the rich guy. You never hear the poor guy talking about a prenup because he that's his tag team. This guy's not your tag team. The guy that you're talking about that pays for everything, he's not your tag team. The minute it's over, he wants to take everything and you're not allowed to take nothing. Doesn't want to give you nothing. He wants a prenup. That's why he doesn't mind paying for everything because it's his. He's paying for everything for himself. You just a visitor in his house. And if it doesn't work out, you can get the fuck out. So this is the reason why someone at the bottom that doesn't have much, he understands he needs a tag team. A woman might be a tag team and we're going halves and stuff or wherever we can afford to go. But if shit hit the fan, that person is not going to be complaining when things have to be split because he understands that was his tag team. That other guy that pays for everything, he ain't trying to split fuck all with you. That's his. Like, get the fuck out of my house. I paid all the bills. Don't tell me about no, you're not getting nothing from me. Sign the prenup. Rich people got different. They thinking about the prenup. The poor man ain't thinking about no. Name me one poor man getting into a marriage talking about a prenup. So this is where you women get it twisted.
It is a man's job for him to provide for his wife. Anything outside of that is charity. Let me cook for a second. It is a man's job to provide for his wife. If you are doing anything for a woman that is not your wife, right? That's charity work. Why are you putting groceries in a home that you don't live in? Why are you paying bills in a home that you don't live in? Why are you paying the car note on a car that you don't have access to? Why are you getting hair done, nails done, feet done, and it doesn't belong to you? It is your job to provide for your wife. If you are spending any amount of money on any woman, it's because you want to do it and it's charity work. And so if she takes your money and gets dialed up and dances away with the next man, that's on you. If you pay her rent up to 6 months and in 3 months she decides she doesn't want to talk to you anymore or she wants to bring other men in that house, that's on you. If you're paying her car note and she got another man driving the car, that's on you. If you're paying her phone bill but it's other men contacting her on that phone, that's on you. It's charity work. You're a charity organization at this point. If she's not yours, what are you doing? Goofy?
All right, man. They saying that men can't afford to be providers anymore, so we riding, talking today. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. And do I necessarily agree with that? I mean, when you look at statistically, yeah, it costs a lot. It costs a lot for you to do all the work, and your wife sit at home, or your girlfriend sit at home and do nothing. And then, women sit at home, get bored, and gain weight. They don't stay in the gym. They don't do anything productive. You know what I'm saying? And they act like, being a stay-at-home mother is hard. It's not. You got single mothers that do it all every day. They go to work. You know what I'm saying? They take care of the kid. They do it all. So you having a man take care of the bills, it ain't like you got to kill the chicken, pluck the chicken. It ain't like you got to wash the clothes on a washboard no more. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the case. Then you got a man that's helping financially, that's split, that's paying for most of everything, if not everything. And what do? Shop. The kids at school when they're young, it ain't really much to it. Ain't much to it at all. And I ain't saying that it's easy, but but for the most part, a man gonna find a way. If that's what he really want, a man gonna find a way. If it's picking up a job and doing Uber and Lyft, but then the problem is this: oh, he don't have enough time. I cheated on him because he was bored. I'm leaving you because you don't spend enough time with me, and then it's a lose-lose. Please believe me, I was somebody that did that shit before. For the most part, I found a way. A man is gonna find a way. That's a fact. You know, just like a single mother, they gonna find a way. They gotta do what they gotta do. You know, but for the most part, it is expensive. But it's not the point that because men are gonna find a man is gonna find a way. But it's really like, damn, you know, if I go out my way and I do all this stuff for her, and what do I get in return? She cheating on me with a bum, right? She gaining weight. The kids still can't read. None of that. So I mean, I don't get the why women think. Actually, a lot of our black women in the community think that other races of women don't go to work. Like when y'all go to work, y'all see is black women. When y'all go to work, y'all don't see no white women, no Chinese women, no Indian women go to work. So, you know, black women are the only ones in the workforce. Come on now. That's a lie. That's a lie. Many, you know, women I didn't work with, they got husbands. I even see women that they got boyfriends that work in the same job. They work right across the plant or right across the office from each other. That's how it works. Being a stay-at-home mother, you see women that's being a stay-at-home mother and they feel useless. They feel worthless. They don't even understand. You can go on TikTok and find them complaining. They don't even understand like being a mother is the highest honor that you can be in this world. You know, and most people, like if you go back and watch some of what Barry White, the singer, spoke about, you know, we're gods. Think about it. We have the ability to create life. We have the ability to take away life. Not saying you should or shouldn't. That's on you. We have the ability to create and take away life. That's one of the greatest things. I remember I heard the rapper Capadonna on one of the Wu-Tang documentaries on Showtime. When he had his daughter, it was like the greatest honor. It's the greatest honor you can have. And for people not to want to do it, it's wild. And for most time, you hear men that say they don't want to do it because of the system. That's understandable. But you hear women that say they don't want to do it a lot of the times because they lazy. I don't want to cook for somebody else. I don't like. You gotta do that anyway. When did women become so lazy? You know what I find funny is that men are starting to become more domesticated than women. Men are learning how to cook, clean, in the same household as their sisters. They know how to do all that shit, and women don't know how to do shit no more. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, a man gonna find a way. But I sacrifice and find a way, and you walk away and leave, or you cheat and do something. Like, it don't make no sense. You look at all these other communities; they building together so they can retire together. They get businesses so they work together. And think about how hard that got to be. Work together and still go home together and still stick together. Y'all couldn't even stay in the same house with each other during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? It's funny to see these cars get scared driving next to these semi trucks. He's swerving and shit. Just speed the fuck up. You in that semi truck, speed up, bro. They get to driving like some broads, bro. What you driving like a broad for, brother? No, it's a brother. It ain't a brother. Asian. Ain't too many brothers out this way. Yeah, he's swerving and shit. Like, man, get the fuck out my way. But yeah, honestly, that's what it is. They work together, they build together, and that's what y'all should be doing. You know, if y'all both working, you know. Sorry, my bad, a phone call. But yeah, I think if y'all both you working, the best thing I feel like you can do, and y'all building a family and all that, the first thing I feel like y'all should go do is, you know, especially, you know, whatever age, especially young, get your credit together, right? Go to a financial advisor. That's the first thing y'all should do. Go to a financial advisor. You know, married, not married, go to a financial advisor. Go to a financial advisor. Y'all work it out how y'all gonna do it. A 401k is not enough. If y'all find out a way to save up enough money to put it into an annuity, and the thing, especially for married people, I think the thing should be y'all have, a few funds that y'all throw y'all money in. If y'all both working, you fund, as far as what you saving for, obviously y'all both probably got 401k, pensions, whatever. No more pensions for the most part. I had one job that had a pension, but you don't see them too much, mostly with the Teamsters. But if you got, one thing you got is probably gonna be, for your kids, college, and then you might have another savings for your kids. You know what I'm saying? For them to get out on their own. So the transition, maybe a year to be able to transition into adulthood. And you might have a vacation fund for the family. You got a retirement fund for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And basically those are the main things that you pretty much looking for. Y'all might have a business fund, but those are the main things you say, okay, this is kind of what we want to have for the money. And as you get older, that changes. Okay, we want this for the grandchildren, this life insurance policy, this, that. So you have a financial planner that helps you to do that. So even if her whole check goes to the financial planner, you know what I'm saying? And you support that way, or some of your check go there, then you set up, how you want to do things. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to come to understanding with both the man and the woman as far as how we going to split and do these things. The credit cards, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to spend nothing but emergencies with the credit card. You know what I'm saying? Or this credit card is for car emergencies. Or this credit card is, whatever y'all want to be. Or we're only going to buy groceries with this credit card because it's cash back. Or we're only going to buy vacations with this credit card because flight mileage back. That's what you come to a decision to do. Then, even in your personal life, you really need 3 bank accounts, right? I got 2, I'm working on 1, right? Working on 3. 3 bank accounts is one that maybe you pay your bills with. Automatic payments come out, you pay your bills with. The other ones, one that you save with. Rule of thumb is 6 to 12 months of saving. Me personally, I'm more of the 12 months guy, but they go against 12 months because inflation eats through the money. Different, if you want to know more about that, just hit me up and I can speak on that. And then you got one account, one credit account, another one account where you have fun with. It might be gas, you pay gas with, or you go out to eat with, or stuff of that nature. You have a lot of credit cards like that too, where you get cash back for going out to eat. So that's how you do that. So y'all had the same thing set up individually. I would feel, and y'all have one account together, and that could be for anything. That could be for the kids. That could be for the house. That whatever that account is, that could just be another savings account that y'all got. But she, whatever bills that she pay, she got that account for that. Whatever, her savings account, and then, she has her recreational account. So and then y'all had that one account that y'all had together. That's how you pretty much do that. You know what I'm saying? That way you can't be like, oh, she took 20,000 out the savings account and woo, 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 and y'all lay down those laws. But that's how that works. You know what I'm saying? That way, if something happened to the man and then the insurance policy isn't enough to cover it, it's like, oh my God, the insurance policy might be enough to pay the rest of the house off and stuff, but then what? Do you flip the house and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about things like that. So a woman, you don't want to be out to work for too long. After 20 years, something happened to your husband, now you got to go back to work. You know what I'm saying? So you always kind of want to be working as a woman. You should always want to be working and doing things. So yes, I would say yes, stay working, build the empire together. So by the time, you ain't wait for the men to turn 60, 70 years old so y'all can retire vacation. Y'all work together. The kids got a great future, right? Y'all done took out plans for the kids. Y'all done save money for the kids. And then y'all done retire. Y'all might have a business. Y'all might, you know what I'm saying? Y'all able to travel, retire, save shit for the grandkids. So doing it together help y'all reach goal. By, let's say y'all get together at 25 and start doing this. By the time y'all 40, 45, y'all done. Y'all done. Especially if you talking about investing into real estate, into a business. Y'all done. Y'all done paid your house off. You know, you can rent the house out. Y'all can go live in the condo. Y'all don't got the kids no more. So you done. You're fucking done. So working together get done quicker. It's like, you know, if we got 100 baskets to fill for Easter egg for the church. If I do it by myself, it's gonna take me forever. But I get 2 people to do it. Hey, we can knock it out in half the time. So that's how that works. You shouldn't want your husband or your wife to fund everything, no matter how good their job is. You always want to contribute financially, and for the men, you always want to contribute your time with the children. So it should be a time where the mother had the children, then she get off, and then the father has the children. You know what I'm saying? But that's a different story for a different day. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link in the description, join the Patreon. It's on the link in the description. I appreciate it if you do. Peace.